I hope all of you are able to hear my voice and you could see my screen. Any questions relating to what we have done yesterday? Before we start off, I just wanted to make sure, do all of you have the server access?
Hey, Immanuel, this is Venkat Sayed Gurupal. We have not got any information from Mahesh about the server access. So did you
I spoke to him. Let me once we finish this session, I'll conference you with him. All right?
Yeah, and also we need to talk to you after the class.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
One moment. Akhilesh, Satish, do you have any questions? Akhilesh, any question?
I mean, I have received the server access today evening. I haven't actually tested, checked it out, logged in or checked in. But I would be later. I would be doing that later today after the class.
Okay.
But however, I'm not sure if Aarti passed on the message, but maybe we could connect this class regarding the timings and the pace of the training.
Immanuel, and also we have not received any previous recordings. So could you please send us those?
Sure, definitely, sir. Yeah.
Immanuel, when you say sure, definitely, what does that mean?
See, I will have to coordinate with Aarti and Srikanth, and I'd be able to send them to you.
Can you get them on the phone? Can you get them on the phone right now? Because this is like the 8th session, right? And we've been asking every single class, and you know, why is that we have to? Why is that there's a big disconnect?
Sir, I'm available on online.
Who is this?
Aarti?
Yes. Sir, I had shared all the recorded videos from session 1. Like there are 7 sessions, like including yours and Ilyas's. I've shared every single session with everybody, and server access has also been provided to every student. It's just that
if they shared,
Aarti, this is Venkat and Sayed Gurupal. We have not received. Could you please check the distribution list?
Syed, sir, I would like to inform that Venkat and Syed, I would not have any information because I don't think that I had coordinated with them regarding sessions. Server access, I will have to check if I am supposed to take care of that. But regarding videos, I'm not aware that I have to give them.
Okay, could you please note down our emails? Maybe maybe we can send. I think you can take it from Mahesh.
Yeah, Mahesh.
Yeah. I will be giving them to you, Aarti.
Okay,
alright,
sir.
so you could coordinate with me relating to Venkat and Gurupal.
Sayed too.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Syed. Satish, you haven't got the recordings, is it?
okay,
Satish and Akhilesh?
Sir, I have shared with them.
Okay, when you say I have shared, can you be more specific?
I have granted access to you guys to watch the training videos, and you have the access to blog to post in the training blog as well if you have any concerns. You have the edit option as well, so you will be able to post any questions or queries, and you can view the recorded videos of every session that has been updated in the blog.
So, Akhilesh and Satish.
Then if you keep telling me that, you know, the same thing like a tape recorder, it's not going to help. I'm asking.
Just one moment. Just one moment.
What do you mean?
Akhilesh and Satish. So there is this site that information is sent to you on your email. All the recorded sessions will be uploaded onto that site, and it is already in there. So in the email that will be sent to you, you will have the access into that site. Okay, so you could go into that.
Is this site like a Google Drive or Dropbox or?
It's more like a Yeah, go ahead, Aarti.
Satish, if you check your email, I have mentioned and I have requested you to create a Skype ID, because see, if you are on Skype, I will be able to show you on my desktop, or I can guide you or walk you through the website. So I have mentioned in my email regarding this, because over the phone probably I will not be able to explain it better, as you are not aware as to what is this access kind of. So if you could just create a Skype ID for yourself. I think I've added you on Skype, and if you give me a call through Skype, I will show you how you can access the videos, how you can check the links for every session every day, and how you can post on the blog. So what I would suggest that you guys can continue with the session, and regarding any issues regarding blog and access, you guys can give me a call directly on Skype. Okay?
Okay, when you say that you send me an invite on Skype, I did not get it. Can you verify the spelling of my name?
Yeah, sure, I will do that once again. It was Satish.Kashyap, right?
That is not a spelling.
No, it's SATISH dot KASHYAP.
Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, Satish, can we do this over the email if you don't mind?
Okay, I've been trying to reach you like since morning. It's almost like 10 in the night, and you called me back once. Again, we are trying to resolve these issues.
Okay.
I know we are wasting others' times, but everybody seems to have the same problem. If we keep having these sessions and we cannot practice and we cannot refer back to the previous session, there's no point in having these sessions, right? It's like I'm watching a video.
Okay, can you please give me
just quickly, one moment, Satish. Aarti,
Yes,
is it possible for you to share your screen right now?
right now? Yes, sir, I will do it right now.
Okay, please take the presenter access and just show them. It's okay if we could first have everybody on the same page as to how to look at the recordings.
No problem, sir.
Right? Aarti, you could take the presenter access.
Yes, sir, I will do it. Okay, sir, is everybody able to see my screen?
Yeah, we could.
I'll just show you the, Satish, if you're able to see my screen, I'll just mention that no, the access has been granted. See.
Okay, you have my email address, right? So why is that it's a problem for you to verify the spelling from my email address? You put in a wrong email address for my Skype. So when I'm telling you that I have not received the file, it is possible that you sent it to a wrong email address.
Could you give it to me once again? I'm sorry.
You just showed me on your screen that you sent me an email, so you just have to look at the email. I already have my email address.
That is what I'm trying to say, Satish, that we have given, okay, you did not receive my Skype invite, but I have shared the videos. Just give me a minute. I will share my screen to you. You will see that you have access to the videos as well. Okay? Just give me a minute.
So basically, all of you, there's this access to this site. All the videos that we do every day for the sessions will be uploaded onto these sites. All right, and you will be given access into this site based on the course you have enrolled with, and you could go ahead and view these videos. You will have access into the site for 6 months, right? So you will have even exercises in there. You will also be able to post your questions in case you have any queries on the explanation, or if you have any queries on doubts or on the exercises that are given to you. You can post your queries in there. We'll be able to respond to that within under 4 hours or under 8 hours. All right. So this is the best way to communicate. Now, like Satish said, there is some issue with the Skype ID that he has given and what Aarti has. We're sorry about it, but we'll check exactly what the spelling is so that you would be able to communicate with Aarti. All right. So the site, so the details of this site and the email for you to log into it will be in there, and so that you will be able to log into this site, and there will be a restricted access into which course you've enrolled for and the videos that are available for you. Okay, so that information will be sent to you so that you will be able to access these videos.
Sorry, sir, it's taking some time.
No problem. If you're able to clear this, then nobody should have an issue. So all of them will be able to be on the same page. Arti, you don't have the download access on these sites, right? You could
No,
only
sir.
watch it.
It's only view and edit option.
Okay, sure.
Sir, see everybody like Satish, Ravi, Upen, Omar and Akhilesh, all of them have the access. It's a private access, so only the email addresses when I'm adding, they will have access to watch these videos.
Okay. Have you, I think you missed out on...
will give you sorry, Immanuel, sorry to interrupt. I think Aarti, please take our emails also from either Immanuel or from Mahesh.
Yeah, once I get
Sure.
the email addresses, I will add them immediately.
No, just take it. So we don't send it to you, then take it from them. We already send it to him.
Yeah. Arti, have you missed out on Vinay?
Sir, sir, this is Vinay's ID, sir.
Okay. All right.
So, Satish, this is you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, I'm done.
All right. Satish, if you
just one quick thing. Aarti, if you can, I'm sorry. Aarti,
Yeah,
if you
go
can
ahead.
just resend this URL to us.
I will do that.
Guys, also just
Okay,
make sure you check your inbox, and sometimes it might go into the junk folder. So make sure you check on your junk folders as well. Sometimes when they send the schedules, it might go into the junk folder as well. So just to let you know, make sure you check both of those emails.
So, should
Alright.
I make you the presenter now?
Yeah. I am going to unmute all of you. Guys, is everybody clear?
I'm just checking. Hold on.
Okay. Omar and all of you, I haven't posted the Excel with the steps yesterday. I'll be doing that today. I'll be putting it on the blog so that you will be able to access.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, I find 4 emails in my junk folder, and they are access to YouTube link. So one is session 6, session 7, and then 5.
So what happens is every time there is some activity on the blog, like there's a new video that is posted or there's an exercise that is posted onto the blog, automatically you will get an email update. Okay, the only problem is sometimes it comes to the inbox, sometimes it goes to the junk folder. So just take a look at the junk folder as well.
Right, so I have session 2, 5, 6, 7. I don't have 1, 3, and 4.
Even on the access site?
What is that access site? See, this YouTube link I got from my spam folder, but I don't have anything else. I don't think she sent any site link.
Yeah, even I haven't received the link, but another thing is that, this access, I think she sent it to Rediff, and because it's a Google Doc, I'm not able to connect to it. Maybe the URL might help.
Yeah, I think you should have a Gmail account for it, I guess. Aarti, would you want to check if Satish has the access into all the videos?
मम्मी क्या कह रही है?
All right. Aarti, just verify that all of them have the access into all the 7 videos and also today's video. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So that everybody is on the same page, we shouldn't have any issues.
Yes, sir.
So what is that about?
Right.
Is it like Google Docs, or is it, what exactly?
It's, you need to have a Gmail, so if all of you have a Gmail, yeah. So,
see, like we resolved this issue, right? The YouTube thing. Why can't we just resolve it quickly now? I mean, if we say, oh, do it, and then she will, I don't know what she does, and then again tomorrow the same situation. So let's fix it now. Even if you are not able to have the class today, that is fine. At least we are resolving some issues, right?
all right. So, one moment. So you don't have access to some of the video recordings, you're saying, right?
Right. See, for 4 of the sessions, I got an email from YouTube saying, learn SAP E sent you a video. So it's like somebody sent me a video. So I got those 4 emails. That's for session 5, 2, 6, and 7.
Okay.
But then if she's talking about a blog, she's talking about some website where all the videos are uploaded. I don't know what website is that. That is my question.
Okay. Aarti, you there?
There. I'm there.
All right. So, Akhilesh and Satish, they have access to the site, right?
Yes, sir. Training blog.
Okay. Can you put the address of the site on the chat?
Sure, sir.
Aarti, one question.
Go ahead.
One question I have is, I went to the URL, like, one of your links took me to that URL, which is site google.com and, elearnsap.com, BW 7.7-4, support pack 5. Now under this URL, when I look at the video recordings, I only find sample video recordings. So is there a place I can find all the 8 sessions in one shot where I can just go through these recordings?
Yes, probably you're looking at the demo site. This is Akhilesh, right?
Yeah, this is actually, yeah, I'm okay.
So before you guys joined, we had shared with you the demo access, the demo blog, and after you guys enrolled, we have shared with you the actual training blog. So what happens is, once if you're looking at the other side, you're just looking at the demo videos, which would be just 1 or 2. Okay, so I'm sharing uh, the blog link to everybody.
Okay, just we'll do the best thing is if you could share your screen and show them how to log into it
Yeah,
and how their IDs will work.
okay.
That will be explainable for everybody at one shot. All right.
Yes, sir. Just
So
give me a minute.
yeah, you could take the presenter access and do it.
Yes, sir. I will do it. Let me log in first.
Sure.
And if you can paste the URL in the chat.
Yeah. Vinay, yes, you raised your hand. You're unmuted. You could unmute yourself and talk.
Yes, Immanuel, if you go to this blog, I just put it in the chat. Go to that blog and go to video recordings tab. You have all the recordings.
Yeah. She's going to share that screen so that everybody will
Yeah, I
be
was
on
going
the
to say
same
that.
page. Yeah.
Exactly. When I heard it, I just kept quiet here.
Okay, cool. Aarti, I think you are muted from your end. Can you please unmute yourself?
Sorry.
And we can't see your screen yet.
So can you see my screen now?
Not yet. Let me make you presenter.
Yes, sir.
One moment.
Yeah. It was a presenter, but still.
Yeah, now I think you made the presenter.
Okay, sir, whenever we share the blog details, students will get this kind of an email that
One second.
item.
It's still not presenting. Guys, can you see her screen?
No.
Not yet, right? Just one moment. Probably you have to log back in, I think, Aarti.
Sir, I have to log back
I
in?
gave you the I gave the presenter access.
Yes, sir. I see that my name is showing as presenter.
Yeah.
No. Sir, I don't see myself as a presenter. It's ERP Extreme is the presenter right now.
Okay. Sorry. Small moment. You're actually not there in the list.
Sir, you will see me in the staff option, not yet.
Mayan B, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry.
Hmm. You're able to see my screen now, sir?
Yes.
When we share the blog access, students will get this kind of an email, and this is a link to the training blog. Okay, once you click on the training blog, you will go to the training. The link will directly take you here. Okay, this is the training blog.
Okay.
And
Aarti, can you please hold on?
sure.
It will be helpful if we have the link with us and we also try it parallelly as we are doing, because you can show whatever you want and then you leave. I'm not going to remember it, and if I don't have the URL, we're going to ask the same question again, so the problem is not going to be solved. So how can you provide us access to this website? Have you already done it?
Yes, it has been done twice. For Satish, it has been done twice.
Okay, all I got is 4 emails from YouTube. This doesn't look like this is YouTube. What you're showing us is a Google document website or Google site.
Okay, Satish, this is my email. This mentioned that the blog access has been shared with you.
You sent it to a wrong person. Check the spelling.
Okay, are you able to see my screen? Can you make sure this is the...
That is not.
Alright, Satish, could you go ahead and type that in the chat menu, your email address, please?
I can type it, but she already has my email address. She just has to look at... Okay, what?
So, if you could go ahead and type it again. Aarti?
Yes, sir, I'm doing it right now.
So, there is a H missing in his email address. It is SATHISHKASHYAP as one word @ gmail.com.
Every time you type my name, you also get a picture. Now this one, you don't. You should be alertful. Especially when I'm telling you that that's wrong spelling.
Aarti, can you ping that URL on this chat? Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, this is the place where you guys will find the video recordings of every session. And there are 7 sessions.
Satish, have you got it now? on your
Aarti,
email?
mine says I need permission. Aarti?
Yeah, I'm checking it. So Satish, right?
No, this is Akhilesh here. I don't have access to this.
And Akhilesh, you have a Gmail account, right?
Yes, Immanuel, I've actually shared my Gmail as well. It would be
Okay.
same thing as the rediff at gmail.com.
Okay.
So it's done.
Right. I'll share the email IDs of Syed, and we have 3 people from in there. So I'll do this after our call. All right.
Sure, sir.
So guys, anybody else has any issues?
Sir, Akhilesh
Satish?
and Satish were not comfortable with the weekday sessions. They wanted like breaks between the sessions so that they can practice. And
Yeah,
uh,
I'd be coming to that. Yeah, in a bit.
I'm sending you the email regarding it.
All right, sure.
So yeah, Immanuel, remember we've been mentioning about this, right? So were you able to talk to Srikanth or,
Yes, Satish, I was able to talk to Srikanth. Let me get back to you on this offline once we finish this session. Probably we're not going to do a lot of thing on this session, but I'll just show it to you.
and do we have to wait for the URL every single day?
So what happens is on the GoToMeeting, right? Once the recording happens, for an hour or 1.5 hour session, it will convert it from a GoToMeeting format onto a WAV format. All right. So even if I give you an organizer access and if I ask you to record it on your own, it will take some time to convert it. So once the
Right.
convert happens, then they'll upload it onto the site.
No, that
Okay,
is
probably.
fine. The
Yeah.
question is, every day, like about an hour or half hour prior to the class starting, we get an email saying, oh, we are, invited for this session number 5, session number 6, session 7, like that. Every day we get an email. And until then, we're not sure if we are going to meet at 10 or is there going to be a session or not. So even, the other person.
All right, we'll streamline that to have it a little earlier in the day so that you guys can schedule yourself.
Yeah, that will be good. And and do we need like like that link every single day?
Yes. We want to keep it restricted, so that's a new link that is generated every day. But probably once we have everybody registered, so most of them are registered, so we could probably use one link so that everybody can log into that at the same time every day. The only thing is we wanted to keep it restricted so that sometimes if the link is shared and then somebody else might be logged in who's not registered. So that's the only reason.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But at least if they can send the link like middle of the day.
We'll streamline it that the link is sent a little prior.
Yeah, if we could get it like the previous day, like India time, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
That will be good because that way we can see the email in the morning, my time, and be prepared that okay, yeah, there's going to be a session in the evening, and this is the URL.
Okay, sure. Vinay, you have a question? You've raised your hand. Or Ravi Prakash, any question?
I don't have any.
Okay. Ravi Prakash? Alright, either all of you can mute the systems from your end, or I can mute all of you. I'll just unmute all of you, but make sure you mute your systems from your end so that you will have the option to speak up. Okay, we're not going to do much on this session. We have pretty much delayed, but I will show you. Yesterday, we were discussing, let me just log into the HANA Studio. We have created a schema yesterday called HANA underscore SEPT, and we have uploaded an Excel file into this schema. All right. We have loaded a file called Mara underscore CSV. Okay. And once we have uploaded, we've gone into the content folder, and we were trying to create an attribute view. Just a moment. Ravi Prakash, I was not able to hear you. You could repeat yourself. Guys, anybody else able to hear, or is it just me?
No, even I cannot hear him.
Ravi Prakash, probably your microphone isn't connected properly or something. We can't hear you. Alright, getting back to what we have done yesterday. We imported this table, and this was created as a column store inside the schema that you have with HANA underscore SEPT. We were trying to create an attribute view under our package which says HANA BW SEPT. So here what we did was we went in here and we created a schema. We imported this table, and we brought this Mara underscore CSV into the data foundation layer. Once we have chosen as to what fields we want to use, in the semantic layer we have defined what are supposed to be the primary keys. And once we finished creating this, we tried to validate it and we tried to activate it where we had errors. The error was that we had authorization issues. Alright. Now, when I was talking to you later in the session about the system schemas, okay, the system schemas, if you go all the way down, you have underscore sys underscore a few tables in here. The underscore sys underscore BI schema is basically used for the time dimension. So whenever you're defining a time dimension, you will want to go ahead and use the underscore sys underscore BI schema. Okay. Guys, are you able to see my screen, or is it just my desktop?
Oh, I'm able
screen,
to see your
right?
screen now, Immanuel.
Ravi Prakash, I think it's because some lag on your screen, or else you can log off from the GoToMeeting and log back in. All of them are able to see my screen. Alright, so here you have underscore sys underscore BI for generating the time dimension. Now the time dimension should be, or we will only be generating that. It is a one-time activity. So here if you first choose the system that you want to use, IDS system, and here you have an option to generate the time dimension. Okay, in the second half of the main screen, generate time dimension, you can click on it. It gives you two types of calendar types. One is the Gregorian calendar, the other one is the fiscal calendar. If you're going by the Gregorian calendar, your granularity of the time dimension can go down till 1 single second. Okay, so you will have to tell from which year to which year you want to generate the time dimension table. Okay, so you can go down by the granularity of a year or a month or a week, a day, hour, minute and second. Okay, so you can generate this, and later when you're using a time dimension, use this table in there. Similarly, you have another system schema called as _sys _BIC. Every model that you create, attribute view, analytic view, calculation view, procedures, you will find them created in the _sys _BIC. Once you finish validating, once you finish activating a particular model, that model will be created as a column view under the _sys _BIC schema. Okay. We'll come to data provisioning and EPM a little later. You have another schema here called _sys _repo. This schema basically handles all the authorization part of the access. When you go down to the security here, right under on the navigation panel, you have users and you have roles. Okay, by default you are logging in as a system user. Okay, so when you are creating or on your logins, you will find that you will have a HANA Studio, and you will be logging into it by a default user, which is system, and the password will be shared with you, or it is already keyed in. You just need to log in. All right, but to see what access you have, you can double click on the system. It will connect to the roles it is assigned. Okay, so the system has granted roles, it has system privileges, object privileges, analytic privileges, package privileges, application privileges, and privileges on users. Okay, now based on this, you will have access into the schemas that you're using and the tables that you're using in your views. So if you go into the object privileges, just a moment. Ravi Prakash, I've unmuted you. Are you speaking? We still can't hear anything. All right.
Ravi Prakash, do you want to try typing your question?
All right.
Looks like
All right. Looks like there is a little problem with your Lappy. All right. So fix that, and then you could probably speak. All right, guys. Just to continue, what I'm trying to say here is that based on the schemas that are added into, by default, what happens is on the system, because that is the default database user for SAP HANA, when you add a schema, a new schema, that will get added in here. So let's say I've added HANA _ SAPT. All right, so you have an access directly added onto the object privilege. But sometimes what happens is this is not updated or granted into the _sys _repo. Okay, the reason why I'm telling this is because when you have access into this and then when you're trying out to create a schema, you might face the same issue. Okay, so I will put up a few of these sequels on the site. You will be able to see that. Here you have these options, okay, some of the SQL statements, and all of them are related to grant the authorization, and we'll see them, all of them are added into the sys repo. Okay, I have gone and put this up and I have added our schema into the sys repo so that we can get a select on this. Okay, so I will put this up, or if you guys can take a screenshot, you could take it and use it. So here you need to put your schema name. Okay, you need to add that into the underscore sys underscore repo. Okay, so once you go ahead and do that, now if I go into this thing that we have done yesterday, the attribute view which we have done yesterday, if I go in here, now if I go ahead and validate, I will see that it is showing completely successful. Same thing when I go and activate, I could go and run it and it says completely successful. Now I have the option to look at the preview of data that is actually loaded into screen. Okay, the preview will give you three options to look at the data. You could look at raw data, you could look at distinct values, and in case you have analysis, you could, if it's more like a fact table, you could place this around in these grids and you'll be able to look at the report. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that is because now if any of you try importing an Excel file with a new schema that you create, you will face the problem of authorization. So make sure that you have these grant selects on your SQL window, and you can put in the name of the schema that you are using to be added into the underscore sys underscore repo schema. Alright? Okay. Going stepwise, you could create your own schema in here or use an existing schema just for a stepwise approach of how we're going to do it. And I want all of you to practice this. Go into the SQL console on the quick launch window. To create a new schema, let's create schema and give your schema name here. Okay, and you could execute this in here. It will create a new schema. Okay, that schema will not be directly added onto the sys underscore sys underscore repo. The underscore sys underscore repo is basically used for authorization, for using any or creating any views or doing any selects on that schema or on the tables used in that schema. So when you create a view, you will always face this error message saying authorization issue, and you will not be able to create it. Though your syntax and everything is correct, it will still not authorize you to create it. Chandra, you have your microphone is on, so you could speak if you have a question. All right. All right. So, like I told you, now I've created this particular view, right? And if I go into the catalog, and within the catalog, if I go into the underscore sys underscore BIC, if I go into column views, all right, we have created a column under HANA underscore BW underscore SCPT. Okay. So if you see this here, we have the table created here as a view, and you could directly access this in your reporting layer. Okay. When we do the reporting, after we create the views, be it an attribute view, be it an analytic view, or be it a calculation view, you will see that these will be created here in the underscore sys underscore BIC. When you are exposing your views to the reporting layer, they will be connecting directly to this particular schema underscore sys underscore BIC, be it the information design tool, or if you are even leveraging a reporting tool directly on top of the HANA database, you will be accessing these tables. Alright. So as much as possible, the best practices mentions that you shouldn't be using attribute views or direct tables from the HANA schemas into your reporting tools, but sometimes we still do. But the best practices is use only the analytic views and calculation views to report. Okay.
Immanuel, any reason that you should be using it directly?
See, the indexing might change when you're using these tables across the different schemas, directly the tables across the schemas, and so that's why they ask not to use tables directly from here like how you use it on databases. But I mean, in a couple of projects we still used, we didn't find a lot of change in the performance, but it is recommended not to use. All right. So let me bring in one more table in here. Import. So when you are importing a file from the system, just give me one moment. So you will go into the import option. In the import you have the SAP HANA content, data from a local file. Go into the next option. Browse to the file that you want to go ahead and bring it from. The system will pick up only Excels, which is XLS or XLSX or CSV files. So go and browse it in here. You will find, let's say, one more here called as MAKT, which is your material description. Okay, this is on a CSV file, so click on open. You can choose the header. Row exists, so you have the first row, which is the header. If you have an existing table, you can mention the schema and say existing table. If it's a new table that you're creating, mention the schema onto which you're trying to load. Say in our case it is HANA underscore SCPT. Table name is MAKT underscore CSV. Could click next. That will bring.
Just a quick one. In the previous screen, we have import all data. If we don't check it, does it mean that we will get only part of it?
Just one moment. Here?
There's a checkbox, import all data.
See, if you don't have the header row exists, then you select the import all data, meaning you already have a structure that is defined for the Excel to the table into which you are loading. And in that scenario, you don't check header row, you check import all data.
Got it. Okay.
So once you check the header row exists, it doesn't really bother about this part of it. When you say import all data, it will start from the first row itself. So you could click next. This will show you a direct mapping between the fields that are there and the schema that we're going to create. You can mention the keys if you want here itself. I have the MANDT and the material number. You have a snapshot of the preview of data that is available. Okay. You could click next, which will give you a preview of more data, and then you could click on finish. So you would see that the job types are different. Okay. There is model validation, redeployment, activation, importing flat file. Each of it is a different job type, and you would have the status, the user that is running, the system on which it is running. Right? Yes, everybody please mute your system so that once you speak, you finish, please mute the system. It shouldn't be a disturbance for anybody else. Chandra, can you mute your system? Ravi Prakash? All right. Now we have added this into the schema. So if I just refresh this schema, I'll find that I have both of these tables, Mara CSV and MAKT CSV. So let's say I want to just create a new attribute view. So I go in here to the content window. I say right click and say create a new. The first time alone you can right click here and then create. You could create it this way, or because the folder is assigned to you for attribute views, you can right click on the folder directly and click on new, mention the name, say Z, let's say material attribute view. Okay. I'm clicking on finish. So here I have the option to click on the plus. I can even drag a table directly from my schema in here. So if I have this schema open, I can go into the tables and I can even drag this table directly in here. So that option also is there. Similarly, I can drag in MAKT as well. Okay. So just close all of these windows. So here you have the Mara and MAKT. So you want to go ahead and link these to you, basically doing exactly what you do on normal databases to create a view. This is a graphical interface. All that you need to do is connect both of these tables. So Mara connects to Mara, I mean MANDT. Matner connects into the Matner field. Once you go ahead and connect a couple of tables, you will find that on the right side on the properties window, the system is going to define a join type. Okay. So the join type by default, what it gives is a referential join. You have these joins that are available when you're trying to link your tables. You have a referential join, an inner join, a left outer join, a right outer join, and a text join. Alright. The referential join is used when you are linking your analytic views, basically a fact table and a master data table. So you'll be linking that. That is when you will be using a referential join. It's basically because you want to check the referential integrity. Alright. So in that scenario, you will be using the referential join. And this is the default join that comes up when you create any of the views. When you link any two tables, you will always have the referential join that is going to come through. You could go and define an inner join. This is basically like if the value exists, only then it will show up. If the join is true, if you have a value on both the tables, that is when you have a result that will be displayed based on this join, inner join. Left outer join is basically where you have the left table constant and you are connecting based on the options or the validity of the records that you have on your right table. So the reference table will be your left, and then based on the condition you will be connecting to the values on your right table. If you're doing a right outer, it's the other way around. The right will become the reference table, the left will be the other table that you're looking at. These inner join, left outer join, right outer join are pretty commonly used when you're using it between database tables. You have a new join type here called as a text join. Okay, when you're using attribute views, all right, when you're defining relation between, let's say in this example, you have a Mara table and you have an MAKT, which is the description table. When you're trying to link both of such tables, you have a new join called as a text join. Okay, so you can select the text join. You will see in the properties window that there is the left element and there is a right element. Alright, so always remember the direction of how you are joining it to the tables. That definitely matters because of the kind of join type that you're defining. So when you're using a text join, basically it is going to need the text value as well. Okay, you will have to define the cardinality and you will have to define the language column. Okay, so here the language column that you have here is SPRAS. Alright, so you go in here and you will have to select SPRAS. Cardinality is something that you'll define as to either it is 1 to 1 or 1 to many or many to 1 or many to many. So you have all the options in here. Anybody has a question? Yeah, Chandra, go ahead. Alright, so it is defining a 1-to-1 option in here. Alright, when you define the other join type, you will have. So automatically you define a join here. The same join properties will be onto this as well. So you don't really have to do anything. Once you define the join, you have to make sure you choose the fields that you want across. So MANDT, add it to my output, material number. I want to know MDRT, MBRSH, MAKTL. I want to know my material description as well. Once I go ahead and define that, I can even add calculated columns. If I want to go ahead and add any calculated column, I could go ahead and define that. There are a few functions that you could use. The column will be seen here. You could bring in those columns, and if you want to calculate them using a string function, or if you want to use it on a conversion function, mathematical functions, or date functions you want to, or miscellaneous functions, you could go ahead and use them across. You can validate whether your syntax is correct or not. Alright. So you could use a calculated column. We'll come to that, understanding calculated columns, in our next session. So once we go ahead and define this join, now you got to go to the, so usually our tendency is once we have chosen all our fields, we would usually go and click on save and validate. Alright, just remember that you have one more step where you have to define the primary key. Okay, you go into semantics. In the semantics, you will have all of them listed here. The type of the object will be listed here. So you will have to make sure you choose whether it's a key attribute or if it's a normal attribute. If it's a key attribute, it is like a primary key. So I have chosen MANDT and material number to be the primary keys. I am not too sure if there is values across for both of these tables that match, but that's how you create a basic join. And then once you do that, then you go and click on the validate option. It says completed successfully. You can activate it, completed successfully. Then you can look on the data preview. Probably do have matching stuff. So you're bringing data from two tables and you're representing it as a view. All right. So data is not saved multiple times on any other layer. You are going to use this only at runtime. Whenever you're looking at data only, then there will be results calculated, but you're not persistently storing data in any of the tables. Only in the persistence layer from where you bought the data, only there you will have data stored. Nowhere else in the HANA box you will have data stored again. Alright, we've just created this view, we have activated it, we have validated it. You want to go and look at if it is actually created. So you can go into _sys_bic, go into column views, and you'll find the name of your view. The naming of the view is also based on the package name. So the standard is package name and then the view name. So here if you have, the name of our package is HANA_BW. So you would see that in here. So I think we just need to refresh this table once. Right click and say refresh. Okay, so here you have zmat_attr_view. So this is the one that we've just created. Alright. We also have the option to create external hierarchies in here. So we can go ahead and do that as well. Once you go into the semantic layer, you could go in and create the hierarchies, external hierarchies as well. You can move the objects in here and define either a level hierarchy or a parent-child hierarchy. Then you can define them in here. Yet we do not have any hierarchy right now. So we'll see that when we're looking at hierarchies. Alright. Any questions, guys? So we've just seen it with two tables. We'll complicate this and we'll see how we can use other joins to define the tables in our next session. We will start building a model. All right. Let's say we'll take up a model either in sales or in finance, and then we'll go by that model to create the objects in here, attribute views, analytic views, and then calculation views. We'll see it till the time we will generate a report. Okay. The usual model that SAP usually does on a POC is the COPA model. All right. COPA stands for Controlling and Profitability Analysis, and that is what they usually show on POCs. So if you'd like, we can go ahead and see generating a COPA report plan versus actuals, or we can try and generate reports on that format so that you would have an idea of what we can see as a report at the end. Okay, so we'll start bringing in tables. Right now, I think the data provisioning is down for SLT, or it's actually up. All right, so we'll show you how to import data, how to bring in tables using data provisioning, and we'll see how to generate models from attribute views. All right. So any questions? Sorry, it got a little delayed in today. We had to make sure some stuff is cleared before we start this session. Sorry for the inconvenience, all of you, but we will get going. All right. So any questions, guys, for today's session? Yeah, all of you are on mute, so you could go ahead and ask questions if you have any.
Hey, Immanuel, is there any way you can start session a little early? Because I have to get up in the morning to go to the office.
I'll try to do that. Now it's you are on EST or which time?
EST.
EST.
Yeah,
All right, so this will be
of
that.
us are on EST, Immanuel.
All right, let me just try and push it a little further ahead. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have another session running before it, so I'll have to move that a little early. I'll try to make those arrangements. All right.
Thanks, Immanuel.
Thank you. Okay. And Immanuel, regarding the joins and all, but I believe you might go through this later on. That is,
Yes, we will. We will be looking at different models. It is just an example that I showed you. We will be working with all the joins: inner join, left outer join, right outer join, referential join, text joins. So we'll look at them extensively because on the studio, on the modeling, as a code developer, this is majorly what we will be doing. All right.
Okay,
so basically we need to understand that we're bringing in tables from already on a schema. We're bringing that onto a new database. All right. And then we need to define a relationship between them. So based on how they are related in the previous schema and what kind of report you are looking at, you will be defining the kind of joins. All right. So we will go ahead and see how each of these joins function and what kind of results we get. So if we change the join type, what are the outputs that we'd get? So we'll look at them. All right. Any other questions, guys?
You mentioned that we'll get the, I mean, now we resolve the recording issue, but how about the slide decks that you?
Yeah, that will be uploaded onto the site itself. You will be able to download it from the blog in there.
When will you do that?
I'll do it after we finish this. For you, it's evening. For me, it's just daybreak.
Sorry?
I'll do that and then you. For you, it's evening. For me, it's just daybreak. So I'll do it after this session.
Okay. And so you said that you have another session going on right before this one. So and yet you said that you will try to move hours ahead. So how do you plan to do that? I mean, are you going to change 2 batches? I mean, not that I want to know your internal logistics, but I mean, are you just saying because you don't want to say no to us?
No, see, there's one which has, which I have a session at 8 p.m. EST. I have a session at 9 p.m. EST. I have one running at 10 p.m. EST. All right. So I'll have to push it a little so that the first one goes at 7:30. Then we start one at 8:30. The last one we start at 9:30. So that's how I want to do it.
But yeah, that's
majority of students that are there on the 7:30 batch are from a different time zone, so they'd be able to make it to that.
Right, but that's going to be a challenge, right? I mean, you must have at least 3 or 4 students per class, per session, and since they are all already set in that time, I mean, you're totally, reworking your entire schedule. It's going to be a challenge. I mean,
It is.
so
I'll have to contact each of them and then explain stuff and then try to do it.
So by when do you think you'll be able to do that?
Next week.
So starting Monday, you're hoping that we can have.
We'll be able to move the times ahead.
Okay. And how about? I mean, you said you will connect offline, but even this should be applicable for others also, right? Like we are just doing theory sessions where you're showing, and there's no practice piece of it embedded into the or included.
So what are you like?
I guess what Satish is pointing to, I mean, if I understand this right, basically we are looking for some break, Immanuel. Like basically, we don't want all 5 days continuous classes.
That is acceptable, but that is so. Like I told you, I mentioned to you that we will have a break in between the session, and we will do one session on the weekend. All right. So we'll go by that.
Hi, Immanuel.
Yeah.
The earlier sessions, are they the same? I just want to know if they're the same class or they are different course.
They're on pretty much on BW on HANA. The first one. The second one is core BW, and again, this is BW on HANA.
Okay. Yeah, this time is too late for me, like I mentioned earlier. So are the other class level right now, like a same session number, or they are already ahead of us?
No, they are behind us.
Okay.
But that's what I'll have to see if I can group in people from here and there or from there to here based on the time zone that they are in. So
okay.
Let me figure that out.
So you'll be contacting us individually and then figure that out, or how?
Either me or Aarti will contact you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Manu.
All right, guys.
And Immanuel, can you also try to relate? See, we are all talking about the certification piece, right? So can you also relate to the HA100, HA300, and the 350, right? They are the guiding documents or SAP training equivalent.
I'll talk about the certification, and we'll also be giving you the latest stack of certification documents. Also, we'll be providing you with a dump of certification questions as well. Right.
Okay.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And guys, thanks for your time today. Sorry about the inconvenience. Syed and Venkat, I'll be calling you right now. Right. So take care, guys. The rest of you. Have a nice evening. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.